to thank everybody for coming. Lag BaOmer is one of those occasions that people find it difficult to find meaning in. But I believe that being the fact that it's during Sphira, people are looking for any excuse. I would like to perhaps give a bit of understanding into the simcha of the Yartzeit. Traditionally in Halacha and the Gemara, Yartzeits are not times of joy. On the contrary, the Gemara tells us one is supposed to fast on a Yartzeit. So why is it on the Yartzeit of Rabbi Shimon that we celebrate? Question number one. Question number two, which I'd like to give meaning to, Mir Hashem, is that it just happens to be that the Yartzeit of Rabbi Shimon is on the same day that the Talmidim of Rabbi Akiva stopped to die. Rabbi Shimon was from the 5 Talmidim that Rabbi Akiva made and the aftermath of his 24,000 students dying. The fact that he died on that day is obviously for a specific reason, and I would like to address his death, the death of Rabbi Akiva, and what we would call the mysticism that shrouds Lag BaOmer. Pretty tall order. There's a Gemara in Menachos. Very difficult Gemara. The Gemara tells us that when Moshe Rabbeinu went up to Har Sinai, he asked HaKadosh Baruch Hu if there's anybody else that would be worthy of giving the Torah, and he said there's somebody, Rabbi Akiva, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu showed him Rabbi Akiva, and he said, wow, let me see his schar. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu showed him a vision of him being tortured to death. Moshe Rabbeinu says, Zu Torah v'zu schayra. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, Shtok. Be quiet. Very strange. When Rabbi Akiva dies, the Malachi Ashara say, Zu Torah v'zu schayra. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu again says, be quiet. It seems, Moshe Shapiro points this out, that shtoik is an explanation. How could being quiet be an explanation? The answer to the question, I understand this based on the words of the Kodesh Kober, thought, sublime thought, is not able to be put into words. Putting it into words downsizes the thought. The Olam HaMachshava, the Olam HaKabbalah, is at a level that mortals cannot understand it. Communication through the mouth that has to do with the world that we live in. HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Moshe Rabbeinu, Shtok, the Hanhaga of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, the Hanhaga of Rabbi Akiva, are in a world of shtika, in a world of machshava. When does a person in this world have the ability to touch that world? Could be at the time when the person dies. As the neshama is leaving the guf, there's a fleeting second that puts the two worlds together. The Zohar that tells us about the death of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai says almost the same thing. He wanted to finish off the pasuk Hachayim. He died and wasn't able to finish off the words Hashalom, and yet it was transcribed. Today, the day that the communication of the Torah is able to touch the sphere that is above this world. The sphere of Rabbi Shimon. The sphere where the Talmidim stopped to die because they lived a life that eventually came to the plateau of bridging the gap to the next world. Mirz Hashem, we're going to light a ner, bit of a large ner, the Choved and Neshama of Rabbi Shimon. The Neshama goes from this world to the higher worlds. As it ascends, just as a flame, it flickers, it has highs and lows. But in order for the Neshama to ascend, it has to be grounded in the actions of this world. The Ner, as beautiful as the fire is, must be grounded in substance of this world. May we be Zaycha by celebrating this Hilula, by coming to peace with others, which was the fault of the Talmidim of Rabbi Akiva. We too should be able to ascend, to come to understand things that the rest of the year we would have to say shtok, and we too should be able to connect to a level of Torah that is higher than the world that we live in. We should all be Zaycha on this day to have an Aliyah. I would just like to mention the pain of Klal Yisrael. Klal Yisrael is bleeding this year in a terrible way. Hostages, soldiers, anti-Semitism. That's from the neighbors around. But it seems to me obvious that Rabbi Shimon doesn't want us. It's nobody's fault, technically. It's our need to truly desire. If we desire to connect, we can be Zaycha to have the Aliyah and go, Mirz Hashem, as the Medrash and the Zohar says, La Yeru Panai Reikom, which is going on B'Goyle Regel, even when Reb Shimon was alive. La Yeru Panai Reikom is going on Reb Shimon. We should be Zaycha to see the Shechina B'Karov B'Yameinu. Make a Shir HaMalos L'Acheinu B'nei Yisrael. And I believe that we should understand that when we say this tefillah for Acheinu B'nei Yisrael, we're not only talking about the people down south, up north, displaced. We're speaking about ourselves. Shir HaMalos Esoi Naya Leorim Me'ayin Yavo Yezri Ezri Me'im Adoinoi Oisei Shomayim V'oreh Ayitena Moit Raglecho Ayonum Shoimrecho Ayitena Moit Raglecho Hine lo yonum velo yishon shomer Yisrael Adonai shomrecho Adonai tzilcha yad yiminecho Yoim HaShemesh lo yakeka v'yareach baloilo Adonai yishmorcha mikara yishmor es nafshecha Adonai yishmor zeischa v'yacha me'ata v'yadoi lo
Shkach to the Rav. Welcome everybody to the Shalom Lag BaOmer Simcha party. We're not in the park this year. We're in the little Alva Shalom gun. I just wanted to say that obviously thank you to all those that helped to actually organise the event tonight. It's a free event. There's free drink, popcorn, crisps, chips, and the zoners. Help yourself, but as a chorus and toe to the shul, if you can, please help to support the shul with a split the pot, which can be found by Reb Aryeh and Mrs. Rivka Beer at the entrance by the steps. First prize 30% of the pot, second prize 15% of the pot, and tickets for sale 20 shekels a ticket, 50 for 3, etc. Information by the table. So please help to support the shul. And also we'd like to ask for all of the young boys that would like to come and sing. You want to say this?
אוקיי, כל הילדים, אנחנו הולכים עכשיו להתחיל להדליק. מי שרוצה לשיר מוזמן מסביב לבוא לפה. אנחנו נראה פה מעגל גדול. בבקשה לרדת משם, זה סכנה. לרדת משם.
Yeah.